There's no business in the world that asks you to stab your friends in the back like politics. I absolutely refuse to do it to Marjorie Taylor Greene. She is my friend, and she did nothing wrong. She said nothing wrong, and I'm absolutely not going to throw her under the bus.
What it is that Satan's controlling the church.
It's odd, there's never any evidence shown for a plane in the Pentagon. But anyways, I'm not going to dive into the 9/11 conspiracy.
How do you get avid gun owners and people that support the Second Amendment to give up their guns? Maybe you accomplish that by performing a mass shooting into a crowd.
And yes, I could dive into Kennedy getting killed in the plane crash, because isn't it interesting that he had announced he was going to run for Senate just before he died in a mysterious plane crash?
Is the type of corruption we're going to see come out, is it going to be satanic worship that possibly all these people are involved in?
She said nothing wrong.
A new campaign ad from Ohio Democratic Senate hopeful Tim Ryan is going viral, and Republicans aren't happy about it. They say the ad goes too far in comparing Trump-aligned wingnut J.D. Vance to Trump-aligned wingnut Marjorie Taylor Greene. Now, Vance has repeatedly defended Greene's out-there ideas, saying she's done, quote, nothing wrong. Which raises the question, if Greene has done nothing wrong, why are Vance and his supporters so upset at being compared to her? It could be the fact that Greene's positions, from believing the September 11th attack was an inside job to arguing that school shootings were being staged by left-wing actors, are electoral poison to people who are, well, sane. But that kind of coddling insanity is par for the course for a Republican Party where the patients are running the asylum. Here's Joe Scarborough, admirably and unsuccessfully trying to untangle all of Marjorie Taylor Greene's fringe beliefs.
The truther, JFK Jr. conspiracy. Let's see, what was the other conspiracy? Shooting, that the government did a mass shooting to push gun control.
Proposed one.
This is just absolute insanity. It goes back to what I've been saying all along. Democrats shouldn't overthink this. This is a Republican Party who is too dangerous, too crazy, too radical to run either the House or the Senate.
Part of the problem is that in the Republican Party, insanity is an incredibly profitable business. And it's hard to take back control when the loudest crazies are also the ones you depend on for money. Greene is known as one of the GOP's best fundraisers. She took her instruction from Donald Trump, whose embrace of conspiracies and outright hoaxes became a goldmine. The tinfoil hat types are embracing the GOP's newfound love of conspiracy theories, and it has permanently changed the party for the worse. Shouting about lizard people and 9/11 conspiracies may raise a lot of money for people like Greene and Vance, but it has devastating side effects on democracy. And all that right-wing crazy-making goes right into the heads of Republican voters. And those voters are electing politicians who really do believe that a shadowy cabal of liberals is drinking the blood of children or filling books with critical race theory. That becomes a huge problem when those politicians start shaping public policy not for reality, but for the conspiracy-filled fantasy world in which they and their supporters live. And across the country, fringe candidates just like J.D. Vance and Marjorie Taylor Greene are within striking distance of winning close electoral fights that could reshape our nation for a generation. For what it's worth, polling also shows that a majority of Americans hate the idea of a politician believing that a school shooting was fake, or that Democrats are harvesting baby blood on Jeffrey Epstein's island. So Republican candidates have a huge incentive to keep their crazy contained to the in-group, where they can open wallets and shake down rubes to their heart's content. But when their misconduct comes to the public view, as it did in Tim Ryan's ad, that's when they really start to panic. So if J.D. Vance and other Republicans are upset that they keep being compared to these conspiracy-spinning cranks, there's an easy way to avoid that in the future. Have they tried not spreading so many conspiracies?